Happy New Year, everybody. Nice to see 2021's gone. Thought I'd come out in the shop and finish putting handles on the knife. This is a 1095 blade that I had heat treated, so I ground it and hand sanded it to 800 grit. Got it ready for glue up for some desert ironwood scales. The fronts are finished with some turquoise in them. Hopefully it looks good. G10 black liners. I scratch all that stuff up really good like that to gives better adhesion for the glue, the epoxy. Yeah, I'm going to use these carbon fiber pins. G10 pins, sorry. I got them from Mike Janzer from Medicine Hat, MC Knife Supply. Nice having a supply house only an hour away or less than an hour away. It's good. Let's see, here's the glue laid over on the side just so it's easy to pour when it's time. I have some WD-40 in that little cup. I use that for cleaning up the front of between the front, right in this area after it's all glued up and clamped. Just wipe off all the excess glue. It's pretty easy to clean up after if you miss any, but here's some black pigment. I like to dye my glue black, especially when I'm using black liners. Q-tips are using for dipping in the WD-40 to clean it. Stir stick, another little toothpick thing for the pigment. Don't need much pigment when you're mixing it. And some clamps and a hammer if I need them to get these pins in. So I'm just going to set her up and I'll show you the process. Just going to use a little bit of acetone just to wipe any fingerprints, oil, grease, anything that's on these parts that are going to be glued together. Even the G10. G10 pins even. Get a little wipe down. And I'm going to use a little brass pin because I don't have any 1/16 G10. So I didn't need much here in the front here, this bolster, because this is all one piece, so didn't really need that third pin, but it's there. So I thought I'm just going to use a 1/16 pin. Okay, I'm actually going to blow these off with air because paper towel likes to stick to that G10 after it's roughed up. So when I mix glue, I usually mix too much, but I'd rather have quite a bit too much than a little wee bit not enough. Mix it 50-50 approximately. stir it up really good. Scrape it off the side of the container every once in a while. Try and get it all off the bottom. Mix it all up. When it's fairly consistent color and it looks like it's mixed up fairly good is when I add the pigment. And you'll see here I use very little pigment. Just watch how that changes to black with that very little amount. Got my coffee going here. Look on here, there's pictures of a couple bears we killed this spring. There's one of Josh and actually one of mine. Yeah. I ordered them cups off of Walmart, and when they showed up, they were black. And I said, I didn't order any black mugs. And one of the guys from the shop said, oh, you just got to put hot coffee in there and or hot water, whatever. And sure enough, that's what I did. And pictures showed up like magic. Okay. We got her all here. First thing I do is I want to make sure those holes got glue in them. So I'll actually tap that in there until I got glue coming out the other side. Then I know it's fully through. This is 24-hour epoxy. I like using that the most for when I'm doing knives myself because it gives you lots of time. There's no hurry. I know when I do knife courses though, I can't use it because you got to get moving on it. So I use 5-minute epoxy, which seems to work fine. I've never really had any issues with it. But you just gotta work quick, and if there's somebody there, I can help put it on, and then there's two of us that are getting everything ready, then it's not too bad, but okay. Those pins went in easy. I hope that the brass one goes in as easy. More than enough glue. But like I said, I'd rather have a little bit too much than a little bit too little. That's on there. Really, really thick. This one we're probably gonna have to tap. I don't want to get my nice hammer all. Had that hammer many, many years. Easy peasy. All that worry for nothing. Wipe all the excess off. I like just getting a lot of this excess off, then it doesn't get in my clamps. And okay, WD-40 time. Don't need much. These are really thick scales, so they're going to be ground down a lot. I know that pin looks a little bit close, but in actuality it's not by the time I get her ground down. That WD-40, that glue just comes right off with that on there. Kind of excited to see how that turquoise turns out. I've never used it before. It's really brittle. That's why I did it this way, so that so I don't have to drill it or anything. I'll just grind it slow. Anyways, there it is. Tomorrow sometime it'll be ready to grind out. Happy New Year.